Good morning, everyone. First off, I want to let you know that I had a lot of partial stops rip off intraday yesterday, almost all of them for gains, but there were a few losers here and there, like DEPO, for instance, so small losses here and there. But most of the partial stops were for profits. And that goes to another point. If yesterday's session was truly terrible, I believe I would have had a ton of full stops, full out failures across the board. Instead, while the market was weak, we had a nice late end of day rally into the close, closing at the high of that final 5, 10, 15-minute price bar, depending on what chart you're looking at, 1-minute price bar. So everything was good by that measure. We didn't follow through and just collapse more. We still might. We're not out of the woods yet. So far, after hours, futures are up, so we'll see what happens. But for me, the plan is still the same. NYSE still in an uptrend. The NYSE advanced decline line still near new highs, just like the NYSE. S&P 500 still near its highs. Dow Jones Industrial Average still near its highs. Russell 2000 still near its highs. The only thing that's a problem is the Nasdaq 100. I don't have a whole lot of those stocks. The stocks that I do have, like I said, the Nasdaq stocks, they're hitting their stops, but other ones look fine. So we're going to keep on going with that. My models are still under buy neutral across the board. Actually, everything should be under a buy now. I haven't updated it and didn't think about updating it for a while, but with the IWM last week, definitely every model is still under an operational buy condition, including the Dow Jones Transportation Average. So now that I think about it, why would you not take long positions? And that's why we're taking long positions. But we're going to keep size per the scan they show up in. All of them are small. And then also, don't forget, if anything's extended from the 20-day moving average, because of the way the market's acting right now, a little weird with the Nasdaq 100 so weak, the position size cut in half. So first off, let's start off TPL. 4% new long position. It was in my Can Slim scan, my Perfect Speculator scan. Love the pocket pivot point signal, bullish hammer reversal candle over candle pattern on above average volume. I really don't need BOP to confirm this because this is a high quality Can Slim stock. 94 composite, 97 EPS, 109% EPS growth, 104% sales growth in the most recent quarter. Good enough for me, especially with the return on equity of 79%, profit margin 91%. So TPL going long, limit order 289.06, the high of the day. First stop 282.20 right here. Final stop 279.33. This is definitely my favorite stock of the bunch. Best potential reward risk. What am I looking for? Seriously, another measured move similar to what you saw at the end of 2016. And by that matter, we only risk 4% if we're wrong. I'll take this trade any day of the week. Then there's JKHY. JKHY, Can Slim quality stock, confirmed in my Max Green BOP for 5 days scan. Bullish reversal candle, volume higher than the session before. Max Green BOP, very, very good. 2% Can Slim, 1% BOP, 3% total position. I love all the green in the chart. I love the way this stock is trading. Also, do you notice it's a NASDAQ name? You know what's been going on in the NASDAQ the last 2 sessions? Notice how this stock looks like nothing at all has been going on? I like to see that, especially with markets near new highs. So when I get long, 103.86, since it's touching its 20-day moving average, I can use the high of the day. First stop, 102.24. And for you guys, you can keep that as your one and only stop. Me, I'm using 102.24. And for now, I'm going to give this stock some room to potentially work. I'm going to use the 50-day moving average as my final stop. As the 50-day moving average moves up, that stop moves up. If it violates the 102.24 level on above average volume or loses Max Green BOP, then my stops get raised. I am not going to mess around with any kind of price pullback that isn't on low volume and Max Green BOP. So any deviation from that, got to change the plan. Then there's DFT. DFT, this one is Can Slim quality. It was also my daily volume surge scan, also my price volume BOP scan, and also in my new 52-week stock, new stocks and new 52-week highs. This thing gapped up because they are merging with DLR, Digital Realty Trust. This merger is going to probably create quite a powerful company. Why do I say that? Well, DLR is a $100 stock. DFT is a $60 stock. They're both semi-Can Slim quality. Combined, I'm sure that they're going to be a stronger company, and hence the reaction with DFT. So for now, I'm going along DFT. I'm going to obey the system. This is a signal. If I don't know why this is doing this, this is a signal to me. The gap up, support, bounce, reversal, huge volume, Max Green BOP, bullish price bar, candle over closing and open candle bar from the day before. Want to get long, limit order 61.71 the close. First stop loss 59.59, and then for me right now the next cut loss is 56.50 right here, but you guys could only use 59.59 if you want. But for me, I want to give this stock room to work if it decides to pull back on lower volume max green bop. Pulls back on heavier volume, loses max green bop, either the two, I start raising stops and getting out. No questions asked, so just keep moving on. 5% total account capital for being Can Slim, DVS, price volume bop, and new high scan. DVS is daily volume surge scan. Got to cut it in half since it's extended from the 20-day moving average, so it's a 2.5% long signal. Price target, obviously, I'm looking for a measured move similar from the December to June uptrend. Same thing, and same with JKHY. Forgot to go over that. I'm looking for a move similar to the November to May uptrend. That's what I'm looking for. If I don't expect that, then I'm at least looking for another move similar to the April to June move right there. The next long position is RATE. 1090 limit order. This one is a Can Slim only stock, only confirmed in my tertiary scan because of the above average volume. Bop confirming the move, slightly higher green bop. Pocket pivot point signal. I want to get long with the limit order at 1090. First stop 1055. Next stop 1025. And then for me, I'm going to use 3 stops and a final one at 10. Where all this green bop is, I want to give this stock potential to work higher. I'm looking at a measured move similar to the November to January move. This stock, I think, if it really gets going, it's not a great Can Slim quality stock, but it does have a 96 composite rating, 42% recent earnings growth in the most recent quarter, 27% sales growth. Decent chart pattern, but more than anything, low risk in this pattern. That's why I want to take it. Then there's THO. THO is a recent earnings gap up winner. It has been holding this gap up support level, and now I have a bullish candle over candle pattern on above average volume with bop confirming the move. I really like it. I'm looking for a measured move similar to the November to February uptrend once again, and if I'm wrong, boom, first stop 101.47, and that might be the only stop you decide to use. But me, I'm also going to use, I believe it's this level right here. Nope. It's going to be right here, 98.92. So if it fills the gap, then I'll be completely out. But for now, my first stop will be 101.47. First off, want to get long with the limit order of 103.84. It's extended from its 20-day moving average, so I use the closing price. First stop, like I said, 101.47. Next stop for me, 98.92. However, 101.47 breaks, and it loses green bop, or green bop's going in the wrong direction, or heavy volume, then we start moving up stops, hopefully before it ever gets to 98.92. And then the final long position, a lot of long positions, huh? 6 new long positions, a pretty weak tape, but here we go. We got that nice chart. We got this nice chart, despite this weak tape. DFT, we got that strong looking chart. Rate, we got that nice chart. THO, and now ALLE. Bouncing off the 50-day moving average, bullish hammer reversal candle over candle pattern above average volume, and bop's been steadily increasing on its way to max green. Don't like that volume picked up the last 2 days as it undercut the 50, but if you look at a 3-day reversal candle, maybe it's bullish. We'll see. If not, no big deal. I'll be out with small losses as there's only one cut loss level. So I want to get long at 78.49 since it's touching the 20-day moving average. A move below this low right here, 76.47. I will be all out of ALLE. Now, ALLE is a quasi Can Slim stock. Its composite rating is 89. If it was a 90 or above, I would consider it Can Slim quality. And the reason why it has to be 90 or above, EPS is only 76%. Relative strength line is only 73. To make it as a Can Slim quality stock, it would need to have an 89 composite, 80 EPS, 80 relative strength. With a 76 EPS, 73 relative strength, I need to see at least a 90 composite. Therefore, ALLE, semi-Can Slim quality, 1% signal for ALLE. I think I just wrote it down as 0.5% as the new long position, but it should also be 1% because it is not extended from its 20-day moving average. So my notes I'm looking at is wrong. So that's why, because I'm out of cash. So I reduce that position even further because it's speculative. So ALLE should be 1% of your account capital if you want, 78.49, 76.47. But for me, it's only 0.5% of my account capital because most of my long positions, even following Friday's and today's session, look great. And as long as that's the case, I'm sticking with them, just adjusting my stops as need on a need to be adjusted basis.